Yo, how's it going, guys? Frieren episode 10. We're gonna get Aura versus Frieren. That's a battle I'm looking forward to. I think last episode we had Stark and Fern take care of the demons. It was a very that fight was amazing. I don't know which studio is doing Frieren at the moment. Is it Wit Studios or maybe Mappa? Like one of those two. They're doing a fantastic job animating this show. I when I read the manga a while back, only a short couple chapters, right? I didn't think it was going to be this popular until this anime came out. And I was like, "Oh shit. Hold on. This is incredibly popular." Damn. So to see it get sort of the love and attention it deserves, especially in terms of the production value, it's good to see. Not every show gets this sort of passion. Um, like I said earlier, I think this episode we're gonna get the battle between Frieren versus Aura. I'm hoping we get Stark and maybe Fern to link up with Frieren somehow. I don't exactly know how they're gonna find Frieren because it seems like Frieren is just off on her own doing whatever. But maybe in some fashion, maybe they could use like a tracking spell or whatever and make their way towards Frieren. I think that'd be a good way to sort of like group up the party, and then we can have like a 3-on-1 boss battle, or we could have a 1-on-1. Honestly, Frieren seems way more competent than I give her credit for. She is that dude. So, anyways, without further ado, let's begin the reaction. God, the animation of this show is so good. Fuck them demons, bro. This is the one thing I like about this show, and the one thing I need to get used to is how straight they play a lot of these tropes. So the big bad, like evil race that is usually present in older works, a lot of like these newer fantasy shows, they would try to add like a spin to it where, okay, the evil race is actually victimized, or maybe they're misunderstood, or something along those lines, right? But I feel like Frieren as a show draws from like older works, like like Lord of the Rings, where the evil race is fucking evil. there's no redeeming them. And that's something I have to just like keep in mind every time I watch this show, because there's like certain parts of the show I'm just like, why do they do this? And it's like, oh, it's calling back to like older works of fantasy. Even like the if you've been watching the reactions like a couple episodes back, I've just been talking about, oh, why do they talk before battle? That's usually a very anime thing, but this show seems very realistic. So why do they do that? It's like, no, it's romantic. It's not supposed to be like a literal thing. The emotion of the scene is more important than the logic. That's yeah, that's a dead aura. Bakana. Humanity's magic has progressed to this point. Damn, that came straight from the heart. That was not mimicking human behavior, bro. Came straight from the heart. Maybe they're like drawing from their own life force, and that's why they're able to use so much mana. Damn, these elves are trash. Damn, that the mana though. The Frieren's not losing this. Oh wow, she has less mana. So is she saying that she's able to control her mana far better than Frieren can? Frieren just lets it all out. Fuck that village. I'm going. Why exactly are the demon dudes trying to get the elves? Kill all the elves. Yeah, why? Kill all the elves. Damn. What the elves do to you demons? Damn! That quick! She just... Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, she just was able to control her mana a lot better. Ah, okay. Wow. It's a very, like, fun world building bit where mages have sort of an honor system that they have to uphold, and she goes against that honor system by just concealing the mana. Essentially like a dick measuring contest between mages. It's like, oh, how much mana do you have? It's like, oh, I have this much mana. It's also interesting to note, oh my god, I just realized, why is Frieren talking so muted? Isn't this when she was a child? This looks like she's a lot younger, but she has the same sort of like muted personality. I mean, I guess that maybe at this point it's been like 1,000 years since she's lived, so regardless of the fact, she still lived a fairly long life even as a kid. So control your chakra. Damn. Yes. And since demons live for so long anyways, they get to like they get to just train their mana levels for their entire lives. Live almost as long as elves. Oh, back to flashbacks. Yeah, this is like Roman Empire period, bro. This is long as hell. They essentially, yeah, dick measuring contests. Oh, I got this much mana, demon. Damn. Yeah, especially in demon society. Oh, so it's a pride thing. Damn. Damn! How many years has it been? I mean, at this point, she's probably getting bored. Learning like 1,000 spells at this point. I wonder if Flam has a kid somewhere. Like, maybe she got married and had a life. We just never saw. Eventually, we get to meet Flam's kid. I was around my grace. Oh, why flowers? Dang. So she's from a human family of mages potentially. The fact that she mentioned that she had family that taught her a spell, I don't think that would be fairly common, especially in this world. Oh, so is that why? So the whole point of concealing the mana was essentially just to sneak the Demon King. So the Demon King would never know, and she'd just grow her mana in secret. That is a very smart plan. That's like an investment made by Flam for like hundreds of years in the future, potentially. What's Freeman doing on that dog? Eventually, cities rise. He's still doing the same thing. That's when she meets these dudes. Because you have an exceptionally small amount of mana. I'd be suspicious too. So we know Frieren is going to win this exchange, but like, what happens if she does win? Does the spell cancel out, or is Aura bound to Frieren? I think they explained the mechanics a couple episodes ago, but I completely forgot. So no Frieren. Yo, all this shit talk, bro. I love it. Dun 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 dun. Oh! Wait, so she can... Wait, so the scale doesn't even tell her? Oh, wow. Damn, Frieren is a fucking top tier actor, bro. Look at her. Well, I say look at her, but it's not even on her fucking screen yet. Yeah. Never mind. I thought she was acting and she's just like... just pretending to tip the scale. But okay, it's actually tipping. You should have figured it out. I've been suppressing my mana. Oh, you can tell she's anxious. She's sweating a little. Oh, shit. No, she is way better than Flam. What the fuck? She surpassed Flam at this point. Oh, damn! Her eyes became Renegon. What the fuck? Oh! Damn! Okay, so it does go back on her. Damn, the show had me fooled for a second there. I thought, oh my god, I thought nothing was gonna happen because I was like, wait a second. Isn't Frieren's mana way larger than when Aura? Why is it not tipping? Fucking Frieren, bro. Oh my god. The amount of mana in that last couple seconds was, I think, like way larger than Fern. Sorry, not Fern. Flam. God, these fucking mages with names starting with F. It doesn't seem like Flam had that much mana. I'm guessing that makes sense though because mana has or not mana, but mages have developed ways and to sort of hone their magic up to a certain point, especially in the future. So the fact that magic has developed for like these years and years that Frieren has gone living, as Flam being the one who essentially started the human wave of magic, of course you would have like magic that would, you know, not be as, or a mana level that wouldn't be as big. Actually, no, you know what? That doesn't even make any fucking sense. Because we know that Flam has casted a spell that has lasted in this area for thousands of years. So I'm guessing that during the fight with the demon, even then she's concealed her mana. Because there was a point during the episode where she was fighting the demons, she starts to reveal her mana, and she gives a whole, like, sort of life lesson to Frieren. Oh, you must conceal your mana as demons conceal the truth from you using words. Yeah, there's a giant fucking crater around her. Her magic is big as hell. But if you compare it to Frieren... No, Frieren is way bigger. What the flying fuck? Yeah, it's way bigger. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know like what exact spell that Flam used to cast the spell that essentially lasted till this present day. But I'm assuming that even during her fight with the demons, she's still concealing her magic. because of the fact that she was able to essentially maintain a spell even after her death. That must mean that the magic is fucking crazy strong. Otherwise, demons who have lived hundreds and hundreds of years, they've never been able to decipher the magic or essentially counterspell it. It has to be, some crazy spell, crazy amount of mana. It makes sense. So yeah, okay. So I'm gonna say, even though it's not really important to the plot, but I'm fucking power scaling here. Flam, Flam is still strong as hell. I don't think we've seen the full extent of her power yet. I can't confidently say that Frieren has surpassed Flam at this point in time. Even though the shit that Frieren has been doing for these thousands of years has been fairly impressive. We have not yet seen a feat where Frieren has casted a spell and it's lasted fucking generations onwards. But yeah, overall, fantastic episode. Oh my god, this show keeps surprising me again. And Aura is fucking dead. She fucking killed herself for real. Took the knife to her fucking neck, slit that shit open. Oh my god. I think during the reaction, I was like super confused as to like, wait a second, what exactly is going to happen if Frieren does win? I'm pretty sure they explained it in the past couple episodes, but I completely forgot. But it's like, oh no, so the effect, if the mana is higher, then the effect reverses itself. Okay, it makes sense. So, Frieren gets a hold of Aura, tells her, kill yourself, and fucking kills herself. That's funny. Oh, that's great. And I love sort of like the sort of like minuscule emotions that these animators are giving Aura, because you can tell the moment Frieren starts talking back to Aura, she starts to realize what's up, and she's like, "Oh shit, my spell isn't working." And then it goes from "Oh shit, my spell isn't working" to "Oh shit, the reason why my spell isn't working is because he has more mana than me." And then it goes from the anxiety to the fucking pure terror when she realizes, "Oh my god, I'm going to die. I'm going to be under her control." He's like, "Oh." And sure enough, yeah, yeah, she does die. I'm loving like the little like backstories that's been sort of interwoven between these scenes, because it really sort of builds up demons. Again, I had sort of these comments in the intro to this video where demons, yeah, they are. I don't think the author is wanting to redeem them at all. I think they're going to be the evil race of the fantasy world. But I love the fact that, again, even though they're not, he's not trying to justify demons. The author is very much like drawing parallels to the way demons do operate alongside other humans. It's just their mode of operation is more animalistic, I'd say, than the way humans or elves would operate. I think the way Flam mentions, she mentions the fact that, oh, humans, they adorn status symbols in order to show that they're an important person. Demons, they don't do that, but what is important in demon society is a more animalistic, more like primal sort of response to power, and that's mana. So I call it a dick measuring contest, but that's essentially what it is. It's like, oh, I have more mana than you. I am top of the tribe. I am the leader of this pack. It's like a bunch of like peacocks with brightly colored feathers. They want to display it because it gives them authority or power or whatever in demon society. So it makes sense. What I love that about the backstory, like the sort of the world building. But what I love as well is just like the fucking the other questions that the backstory brings by the way the information is exposited. Because what we learn from the backstory is that, number one, Flam, I'm assuming, comes from a long line of mages, because she mentions during I think one part of the episode, especially towards the very end, her parents taught her a spell to create a bed of flowers. Now, this could be just a commoner thing, right? Because we did see Frieren going around collecting spells, especially from like farmers and stuff. So it's not exactly like magic is just relegated to like the noble class. But what I am what I do think is happening is that even though magic isn't relegated primarily to the noble class, the fact that Flam has gone this strong and knows this much about magic, and the fact that Flam specifically used the word taught instead of just shown, because the farmers that Frieren visited in episode 1 or 2, they had the spell, but it's not necessarily the case that they know how to read the spell tomes, or they knew how to like cast the spells or whatnot. They could have just had the spells. They collected it. They bought it from a merchant or something. They just had it, but they don't know how to use it. The fact that Flam's parents knew how to use the spells and specifically taught Flam as a young girl how to use that spells. I'm drawing conclusions here, but I'm guessing it's the author trying to tell us indirectly that Flam comes from a long line of mages. She's come from a family of mages. They taught her what she knows, and potentially we could be getting in the future the fact that we saw Flam as a very old woman. Maybe Flam's offspring still exists somewhere out in this world. Maybe Flam's offspring had kids, and their kids had kids, and the family of Flam still exists, is what I'm trying to say. And at some point in the story, we're going to meet that. I don't know. I just thought it was cool. I don't know if it was intentional or not, or maybe I'm like reading into it, but I thought, dang, this is a really cool way of like doing world building and just adding stuff into the story while having it be relevant to the stuff happening right now. Another thing that I thought was like interesting was like the honor code between mages and shit. The fact that, again, very early on in episode 1, the fact that the demons, they don't like the humans, or not, sorry, not episode 1, this episode, but the very early part, the demon was dying, and once it dawns on him what Fern was doing, the fact that she was hiding her mana, he goes, "You're a disgrace to all mages." That is such an interesting line to say, because the common assumption would be that demons only viewed humans as food or something they consume, but the fact that here, even amongst demons and to other mages, this demon is giving respect to Fern as a mage, and it's like, I respect you as a mage, and the fact that you concealed your mana in that way must is it's a disrespect to me. You are disparaging your honor as a mage, and you're disparaging this fight that we had. You bring shame to magehood, and I don't know. I feel like that's such an interesting sort of line of thought that these demons are having, because it's just like, because the demons they're the evil race, but even amongst the evil race, they have apparently they have an honor system, and that is the fucking dick measuring contest mana, and sanctifying mage craft and shit. I don't know. It's interesting. I would love to see the author explore it a bit more. I do realize that I am like sort of drawing conclusions from like these tidbits of information. I don't even know if they're true or not. But I would love to see if the author, expanded upon this, and, we get to see a little bit more about some of the demon values. They are the evil race of this world, and they will always be in perpetual conflict with the good race. And that is sort of how these more traditional stories operate. But I would love to see like more values from demon kind that goes beyond just killing humans and being bad. I think it would be very interesting. Another interesting point is the fact that the Demon King specifically sent an army after the elves. We know that in the past couple episodes that elves aren't very well populated at the moment. And let's just put it like that. There are not a lot of elves around. And I think initially I assumed it was because they breed fairly slowly and they don't make love as much. And that's generally, I think, the trope that elves are given in these sort of fantasy stories, is that they're these like mythical beings. They live very long, but they don't have sex as much, so that's why they're small in number. But here it seems more like, oh no, this is like a targeted attack against elves. So maybe the fact that there aren't a lot of elves around nowadays, it's not because they didn't have sex or whatever. It's because the Demon King at some point in time targeted these elves, and essentially, committed like widespread genocide against this group of people. For what reason? I I don't know. I don't know. I do have some assumptions though, but they're loosely based off like things that I don't even know is relevant to the story. Like I don't know if the story is going to take the this direction or not. But what I'm thinking is maybe it has to do with the way demons view magic, and the fact that we know that demons sort of dedicate their entire lives to this like one cause, to one specific branch in magic, and they're very proud of it. They're very proud people, quote unquote people. They're not okay. I'll call them animals. I keep trying to humanize these fucking demons, bro, but in this story specifically, they are the evil race. You're not supposed to humanize them. These animals essentially have a fucking honor system. These animals take pride in the fact that they master a single spell. So maybe the fact that they see elves as sort of like this opposing force to demon kind. Maybe elves too have like some sort of predisposition towards magic. I don't know. Frieren is like the only example we have of a elven mage. Her village didn't seem to have any mages either because they ended up dying without putting up much of a fight. It looks like. So maybe it's more of a preventative thing, right? Where the the demons are actively culling the elves because they fear what the elves can do in the future, just because of how long elves can live. They're like, oh, with elves, the fact that you are elves and you can cultivate magic for so long because of your old age and for how long you can live, we realize because of this dick measuring contest shit, they realize that elves are always going to be a permanent threat. So they go out and they actively, try to exterminate elves before this issue gets out of hand and there's an elf that lived long enough to essentially take down the Demon King. Again, it's not an issue with humans because humans live for a very short period of time and demons can deal with it. Human magic will never get to a point where it can match a demon. Quote unquote never, because we did see Fern just mop a demon, and that's because of humanity's effort to sort of advance human magic. But in general, from the demon perspective, I'm guessing they never considered humans to be a threat. I'm guessing the same goes for dwarves as well. I'm assuming they just think dwarves are a bunch of like rock people. They're never gonna touch magic. So even though dwarves do live for a fairly long time, they're not gonna do magic typically. They're just blacksmiths and warriors and shit. So it's like, oh yeah, let's go for the elves. Let's go for the elves. That's fun. What's interesting though, I'm gonna try to sidetrack this discussion a bit, but there's a scene, especially in the early beginning, where as the demon is laying dying, he says something along the lines of, "Oh, that's weird. Frieren has always engaged us directly." Whoa, engaged us directly. What does he mean by that? Actually, no. You know what? Scrap it. I just figured it out. I'm dumb. The reason why Frieren always engaged her directly and why the demon realized that in the first place was because the demon just never met Frieren at her full power. She never had to use her full power. She's always been concealing her mana. And the fact that she's always engaged these demons at low capacity essentially just means that these demons are trash. She knows they're trash, so there's no reason to reveal her trump card. So yeah, okay, makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, overall, very very good episode. Very good episode. I got nothing else to say, man. Nothing else to say. Can't wait for next week's episode. I say next week, but I am fucking far behind. So, anyways, take care, guys. Garb. Peace out.